Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie Rumisher Webb and I am sitting here with my father, John Michael Rumisher, and today we are going to learn the history of the Sack family.
Good morning. I'm going to talk briefly about my maternal grandparents. My maternal grandfather was John Sack, and my grandma was Elizabeth Koch Sack. This is a picture of the two of them. They immigrated from Europe, Hungary, specifically to Wisconsin. My mother, Elizabeth Rumisher, named after her mother, was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The older sister, Caroline, was born in Hungary and emigrated with my grandpa and grandma. This is a picture of the Sacks on their 50th wedding anniversary. My grandmother moved from Wisconsin to Omaha, and then after Omaha, she moved back to Pennsylvania and lived in a small town called Monaca, Pennsylvania, where I was born. She eventually passed on and is buried in Pennsylvania, and my grandfather passed on in Nebraska and is buried in Nebraska.
I have a question. So these are our great-grandparents, is that correct?
Yes.
There's Aunt Caroline, there's your mom.
Aunt Caroline, my mother Elizabeth, there is Aunt Mary, Aunt Catherine, Aunt Helen, Uncle John.
Is it Uncle Frankie's next or?
Uncle John, Uncle Roy, Uncle Frankie.
So there was a total of 8 children?
That basically is the Sack family. Once again, all the Sack relatives have passed on. So I am dealing basically with cousins living primarily in the Omaha area and cousins living in the western Pennsylvania, Monaca area.
Now, your Sack family, did they have any property in Monaca? Was it just the homes that we had passed by? I know that you were born in a house, right?
I was born on K Avenue on Monaca Heights. That happened to be my Uncle Eddie and Aunt Caroline's house at the time that I was born. Grandma Sack had a house on Monaca Heights on Bechtel Street. That house was sold and she used the money to live on during her retirement. And basically all the properties that I know about in Monaca and Omaha that belong to the Sack family have been sold.
Now, in your family, you are the oldest.
I am the oldest. I had a sister, Joan, who was 3 years younger than me, and a brother, Roy Rumisher, who is 4 years younger than me. Joan has passed on. Roy is still alive and living in Orange County, California. And I am living with my daughter, Stephanie, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I just had a bedroom built to accommodate me, living in the back of Stephanie and John's house. Stephanie is married to John and they have one daughter, named Kelly. So my priority at this time is to continue living. I have a comfortable place to stay, and I'm hoping that once everything gets settled, that I will be able to travel back to Omaha and back to Pennsylvania and visit relatives. And my wife was buried on Saipan, where she was born. My daughters went with me to Saipan to bury her remains. I will go back to Saipan to visit my wife's cemetery, and when possible, I will take as many of my daughters as want to go on the trip. And hopefully my granddaughters will begin to understand. I have 3 daughters. The oldest daughter is Stephanie, the second daughter is Michelle, and the third daughter is Lindsay. Stephanie is married to John Webb. Michelle is married to Jeff Mann, and Lindsay is married to Jesse Solian. Stephanie has a daughter, Kelly, and Lindsay has a daughter, Jess Lynn. So we have a small family, however, a very close family, and I'm very proud of all of them. My children have been very good to me, and I will try to be very good to my children. There's a lot I would like to do for them, and hopefully I'll be able to do some things that will make them happy and keep them happy.
Dad, you do amazing. We are grateful for you. We love you very much. You are a wonderful father. We are very fortunate to have you.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. With that, I will end this conversation by showing you again the picture of my grandfather, John Sack, and my grandmother, Elizabeth Koch Sack.
Thank you, Dad.
You're welcome.
Love you all. Bye.